What's up, guys? Welcome back to the storage unit, David Mazzei. So yeah, we're back here in Alabama. Got the car up on jack stands, got everything torn down. The goal is to drop the differential out, and I just met with Carter Thompson. So he came down from Tennessee. He's a 8-time autocross champion, national champion with the FD RX7. He's had like 18 different RX7 parts cars he's parted out over the years. Real famous on the forums, done a lot of cool stuff for the rotary community. Definitely a big rotary hero. And he actually made this brace for me. And it's this goes on the differential case. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the 4.1 gears in the differential right now out. I'm gonna put an RX8 ring and pinion 4.44. And when I put those in there, I'm gonna pick up that difference in acceleration. So going from 4.1 to 4.44, whatever that is, I think it's like 9%. So it's a 9% change in acceleration. You're trading 9% top speed in each gear. You're cutting off 9% top speed, and you're exchanging 10% or 9% mechanical advantage in acceleration. So in other words, if you can do, say, 130 miles an hour in third gear in this car right now. Well, if you put a 4.44 rear in the car, you might only be able to do 115 miles an hour in third. But the beauty of that is that third's gonna accelerate 9% faster, right? So you have that advantage. And now because you have 6 gears and you have an overdrive, so by having the 6 gears, you're gonna pick up a lot of acceleration and power. By having 2 extra gears, on the way to your top speed, and then on top of that, you have another 9% in addition to the acceleration you're gaining from the extra gear ratios, and it's perfect. So that's what I'm hoping it's going to do, and that should help make the car easier to drive because it's got a 2,500 RPM idle. Take this diff out, gonna take it over to these guys over at Tapco, Michael Lee, awesome dudes. Michael Lee's gonna set it up. He built the diff. It's been doing great for 3 years. And then we're gonna put this brace on, and then we're gonna order a drive shaft after we take measurements. Well, first we gotta get the transmission in, but I'm waiting on an adapter plate. I got about 4 to 6 weeks waiting on this input shaft and adapter plate. While we're waiting on the adapter plate, the input shaft, and all that good stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the differential, the axles, and rear brakes. I'm gonna build a rear brake kit. Basically, I'm gonna do the same thing that you see on the front, and I've been doing a shitload of measurements, like hub depth and angles, and the distance from here to here, and the PCB, and all kinds of crap to try to make this work so I can get a billet piece put on here, and then bolt the disc on, and the hub and the bell on, and yeah, we're gonna have a Ferrari F40 base caliper on the rear and an F50 on the front. So as you know, we broke the transmission. I'm gonna go through details and show you what happened with the trans later. But man, it split the case. Look at how the pan sits on the trans with this huge gap. New transmission, 6-speed Quave sequential, 0.87 overdrive, close ratio gearbox, super badass. Should be able to handle a shitload of torque and horsepower. They're running them in the super V8 class cars like over in Australia and New Zealand.
Drive shaft line drop in.
Design the match yours, yeah. So
George, will you do that again? Shift it again.
Oh, you have to pull it out of the...
No, it's going to take a little more force to get out of reverse.
That
Hammer
way?
it. There you go.
Nice, nice.
And we still have the freaking tags on it. It's literally brand new. And this is the tamper-proof tag right here that shows whether it's been opened or not. It has a built-in mechanical oil pump on the back. That's my favorite part. So we got the diff out. This is what the Mazda diff looks like. That's the power plant frame. See it? Doesn't make any noise. Sounds great. It's in great shape. It's a 32 clutch pack carbon discs inside there. I do not find it necessary to have an 8.8. It's just overly heavy, too much shit that you have to do. And there's no problems with these differentials if you brace them right. People running 8-second quarters on them. And I want to thank HPP, Carter Thompson, for coming down here and making a visit and bringing me this. This basically is going to go on the back of the diff right here. He actually made this for me. And you drop the diff down inside of it, that bolts to the case. And this reinforces the case of the differential. Looks pretty nice too. And then where these power plant frame bolts go right here, passes through the bottom of this brace. It's basically like a girdle, strengthens the diff. And then we're gonna get rid of this power plant frame and we're gonna run a cross brace that goes this way underneath the car. That's gonna hold the diff up and keep the case nice and secure from flexing. And then we got some drive shaft shop axles that are gonna go in. Upgraded axle bars made out of chrome moly. And that's what the back end of the car is gonna be like. Alright, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
Alright, have we got everything?
Thanks for the axles, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be dope. You pumped?
Yeah.
Hell
We're
yeah.
gonna break some other stuff.
That was not bad.